This is probably my easiest way in to getting most of my clients is I say, look, here's the deal. I don't want you to pay me anything. Let me come in and let me make you more money and you give me 15% of whatever I make you. Check out how cool this is. What's up guys, Travis Stevenson here, and in this Whiteboard Wednesday, I'm gonna be talking to you guys about the exact strategy that I use with Messenger to help e-commerce businesses make thousands every single month. Let's do it. All right, so the first thing that you have to understand when it comes to Messenger in general is my first goal whenever I'm working with a client or whenever I'm helping somebody kind of grow using Messenger, I always have to look at what they've got going on right now. So I need to know what the landscape of their current marketing is and what it involves. So it was through that process that I discovered something called a buyer thank you ad, and I'm going to talk to you guys about that, but that's the first thing that we add to every single e-commerce store that we work with. So I'm going to explain something to you guys that normally only my members really get access to. So most e-commerce stores right now are generating a pretty good amount of sales already. I think Shopify, last time they reported, were somewhere around 700,000 Shopify store owners, which means let's assume 10% of them are doing 5,000 to 10,000 a month. That's 70,000 stores. We found something that pretty much nobody's doing that allows us to leverage and make pretty good amount of money from Messenger without having to do anything super crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw it out up here, what we do, and explain it along the way. The idea is pretty simple. Right now, almost all e-commerce store owners have some method of driving traffic to their store currently. That could be anything from ads to Instagram, Pinterest, you name it. You get the idea, right? So we use these different ways to drive traffic to our store. Now, this is a little bit different than what we do in the digital marketing space for the most part, because if we're promoting something that's a digital product, we're usually going to want to send traffic to a landing page. That landing page collects information and then we can remarket to them. So really interesting point of what we can do with Messenger is we usually take anybody who visits this page and we put a little cookie in their browser. Now that sounds appetizing, but it's not the kind of cookie that you get to eat. This just means that as soon as they land on our store, we know who they are, right? Imagine it a lot like putting a sticker on somebody's shirt. They walk into your store, you put a blue sticker on their shirt, and then everywhere else that they go, you can say, hey, if you've got somebody with a blue sticker on their shirt, I want to show an ad to those people, bringing them back to my store. It's pretty cool, right? So this cookie in the browser essentially allows you to retarget to these people. So that's one big thing that we'll kind of cover here in a second. But what happens now is they get traffic to their store, and a good majority of these people end up purchasing from them, right? Now, this is another opportunity to pixel this person, or to place a cookie, right? So that's going to allow us to actually track, and now we know who our buyers are, right? So Facebook is reporting all the time, every single visitor to a store, every visitor who ends up buying. Shopify reports that data to Facebook with a very simple Facebook pixel, and now we know who our buyers are, and even more importantly, we know who the people are who visit our store. Now, in between visiting the store and buying, there's something called an add to cart, right? So in order for somebody to buy something on an e-commerce website, they've got to add it to their cart first, which means they're going to hit this store, they're going to say, I want to buy this now, it's going to be in their cart. What happens is, usually I'm seeing anywhere between 60 to 90% of people who add an item to their cart, they're going to leave that in their cart and they're going to go away. They're going to be like, peace, I don't want this anymore. Or what more than likely happens is they just get busy and they don't have time to actually check out, or they didn't really want it that bad. Either way, now we have this is also an opportunity for us to get data to Facebook. So now we have a pixel of everybody who's visited our store, pixel of everybody who's added an item to their cart, and a pixel of everybody who's purchased. So I come into an e-commerce store's marketing system, and they say, Travis, we want to bring you in. We want you to run some Messenger stuff for us. Help us make more money using Messenger. And I say, okay, show me this. Meaning, show me where you're getting traffic from now. And they might say, well, our ideal customer is somebody who's only getting traffic from Instagram and isn't really using ads. And the reason for that is because that means that they're not currently running ads to these people. That's easy money for us in the marketing game. We run one ad, spend $10 a day, and we make a pretty good amount of money. So here's where you can make money using this sort of lay of the land theory with Messenger. So now we have a pixel here, right? We know who adds items to their cart, and we know who purchases. So my goal, number one, is, all right, let's make you more money by getting these people back, okay? So strategy number one, I'm just gonna write down here, is our add to cart abandon strategy. I don't care if you can't read that, I can barely read it. So add to cart abandon strategy. And what that means is I came up with a theory that when somebody goes to your store, so right, they see you on Instagram, they see your ad, they're interested. Let's say you're selling this marker. I see it on Facebook, I'm like, I'm interested. I go to the store, I add that item to my cart. I'm clearly incredibly interested in getting this now, but I don't buy. Why didn't I buy? This is the number one mistake most e-commerce stores are making, is they're not, number one, asking, why didn't this person buy? Or why didn't all of these people buy, right? So that's one problem. Problem number two is, once we've actually gotten somebody to abandon their cart, most e-commerce store owners aren't even running ads to get these people back in the first place. If I put this in my cart, there's a good chance I probably still want it, right? So what I did was I came up with a messenger theory that allows me to address the number one most important problem, which is why didn't this person buy? So what we do is this. We run an ad, right? We run a very simple ad that sends people into, I'm just gonna call it MA, which stands for Messenger Automation. We create a messenger automation inside of Chatmatic, and what that does is it's literally gonna say, look, you added this thing to your cart. What I wanna do is I wanna give you a discount when you come in and tell us why you didn't get it, right? That's essentially the basic side of the ad. We do some more, copywriting trickery, if you will. But we ask people, why didn't you get it? You added this marker to your cart. Why didn't you place your order, right? And so a great example is, let's say that you're selling jeans. We actually had this example with a woman who sold sports bras, so I guess we can use this as an example. We ran an ad that said, basically what it was saying was, hey, you left this in your cart. We wanted to make sure that we had the right size for you. Because we figured out the number one problem that women were having when they were abandoning their carts is they didn't know what size was good for them, because I'm finding out that there's a lot of different size variation with women's clothing in general. And so this was one where they wanted to make sure they got the right size, but they couldn't find the sizing guide on the website. However, it's on every single page. But long story short, we get them into a messenger automation that says, hey, here's how you can figure out your size. Here's a picture of our sizing guide. You can also ask us. It's a very simple messenger automation. It took us about 5-10 minutes to make this. So what's great is we've solved their problem. Their number one problem is now solved. And from Messenger, we send them back to the store, but we direct link them to the product that they actually want, right? Hey, go back to your store. And this is as simple as just linking them back to thestore.com/cart. So you would put store.com, this is your store name, and then /cart. And if they were on mobile when they actually did this purchase the first time or added it to the cart, it's gonna take them back to their cart. So this is a really cool feature that you guys can actually use. Everybody inside of Chatmatic who's in the e-commerce space, this is a huge suggestion for you guys, is to take a look at this, because a lot of you are leaving this low-hanging fruit without actually addressing it. So that's strategy number one. Now let's talk about strategy number two, which I think is probably the easiest one to pick up and the quickest one to actually generate revenue from is, I'm gonna write down strategy number two, the buyer thank you ad. So this is my favorite strategy of all time for e-commerce. This is probably my easiest way in to getting most of my clients, is I say, look, here's the deal. I don't want you to pay me anything. Let me come in and let me make you more money, and you give me 15% of whatever I make you. Check out how cool this is. Every single buyer, right? We're gonna call this audience B because they buy, right? Check out how cool this is. We run an ad immediately after somebody buys. I run an ad to them. Now that sounds a little crazy. Wait, you mean somebody bought from you and you run an ad? We run an ad. This is a video ad. Okay, let's talk about the criteria for this. This is a video ad, and it is a reach objective. Okay, for those of you guys who are Facebook ads savvy, you'll know what that means. But it's a reach objective and it's a video. Why do we do that? Because the video is of the product owner saying, hey, thanks so much for buying from us. We just wanted to say, welcome to the crew. Wanted to show you what's going on behind the scenes, or like what our office looks like, or whatever. Introducing people, like, hey, here's Martha. She's going to handle customer support if you ever have an issue with your product, or whatever it is. So now we actually introduce people to the company. Now they feel good. And what's crazy is purchasing online is a give and take, right? So the customer gives, and then they want the product most of the time. They want to feel fulfilled. Most people are spending money on your site because they want to feel fulfillment. You can give them fulfillment by running an ad even before they ever get the product. You run an ad to them that says, thank you so much for purchasing. They're going to fill that void that says, oh man, I feel fulfilled now. This is great. So you run a reach objective. That's a video of you explaining, and here's where Chatmatic comes in. The ad does not have a link anywhere on it. It literally just says thank you. At the end of the video, you say, as a way of saying thank you to our new customers, we wanted to give you a 72-hour gift, only good for 72 hours. What you got to do is comment, can't wait, or tell us what you bought, or tell us what you think of any other products that you've gotten from us, right? So the ad actually gets them to comment on the post. Now, what this does is it adds a viral effect, okay? So when they comment on the post, let's say you get 500 people to comment on your post. All 500 of those people have friends on Facebook. Those friends are now seeing that, Sally commented, I cannot wait for my product. And guess what? They're gonna be like, wow, I wanna check this out. So we've actually seen a 8x reach from this ad because of the comments. So when one person comments, it ends up growing our ad exponentially, which is huge. So now you get a big feed of comments coming in, which is great, and Chatmatic kicks in with an automation. And this automation does a couple of really cool things. First off, I wanted to go back here and mention, when you send them into this messenger automation, they become a subscriber. I just cut his head off. They become a subscriber of yours in Messenger, which means you can run future ads to them directly in Messenger. Now we're monetizing this as well. So this ad is great because you're getting to know the customer, but it also gets you a subscriber. And now you think about it, you've got a list of people who abandon your cart, those are good shoppers, and now we've got a list of buyers, all of which we can now reach in Messenger with sponsored messages. So going back to this ad, we have an ad, they comment, it sends an automation. This also sparks a subscriber who gets to keep his head. And then in this automation, we're saying, hey, look, thank you so much. We just wanted to say we love your support. We show maybe a carousel of some of our other items, and we give them a discount good for 72 hours. So we give them a discount code, and we tell them it's good for 72 hours. Now, the reason we do that is we say we can only honor this code for 72 hours. You don't have to say it'll expire. You don't have to just say we can only honor this within 72 hours of your purchase, of your first purchase. Boom, that gives them a time frame in which they need to purchase right now. So now you've got this discount code, and guess what? We send them back to our store. And what's crazy about this ad is most of the people who are running this ad are getting anywhere between an 80 to 100x return. So for every $10 you spend, you're making 1,000. I'm pretty sure that's accurate math. That's really, really good return. I don't have the actual numbers because I'm on a whiteboard right now, but I know one of our customers last month ended up spending $880. Well, we spent 880 of their dollars, and they ended up making 16,000 plus. Now, as an agency, what we do is we come in and we manage all of this process for people. So we obviously just use Chatmatic and we put these ads together for them. And what we do is we take 15% of whatever they make after ad costs. So typically with this 880, I would subtract it from the 16,000, and then I would take 15% of that, which comes out to be somewhere around along the lines of $2,300 we make off of this one client. They're happy because they only owe us $2,300 for making them 16,000. They get to introduce themselves to a bunch of new customers, and here's where things really start to escalate. You run this ad for 3, 6, 10 months, a year, and then something like Black Friday comes up, and let's say you've got, 10,000 Messenger subscribers from, all of your efforts. So you've got a combination of 10,000 add to cart people and 10,000 buyers, right? Combination of all these people ends up making it to where when you want to advertise to them directly into Messenger, you've only got 10,000. It's only going to cost you $1,500 to reach $150 to reach every single one of these. So $150 to reach 10,000 buyers and add to cart people. And now, as an agency, again, we get to charge that 15% of whatever we make, and this number goes up exponentially. On Black Friday, we actually had one of our clients did right around 98,000 from our Messenger, and it only cost them somewhere around $250. So it was a pretty good return, and it's not that complicated. This is exactly how we set it up. So if you guys are interested, I'll put more links below as to you guys can check out a training that I put on that shows you something I call our e-commerce accelerator. It's essentially just a step-by-step walkthrough of how we do this for clients. Actually, we will cover both of these in more depth. I'll show you guys some examples of those campaigns, and you can check out the webinar. Just choose the time that makes the most sense for you guys. And essentially, it'll just break down exactly what we do at Chatmatic to be able to get these kind of results. What's amazing is you don't have to charge clients up front for this. You can just walk in and say, look, I know I'm going to be able to get good results. The key is this: you've got to find clients that are already doing some of this, right? The more they're getting on Instagram, the better. The more they're getting on Pinterest, the better. The more they're getting from natural Facebook traffic, the better. If they're spending a bunch of money on ads and they're selling garbage products, they're not going to be a very easy customer for you. But there's a lot of stores out there that are selling real, authentic stuff online. You can go in, help them. But if you guys want to break down exactly how this whole thing works, again, there'll be a link below. Make sure you guys go check it out. Now, right now, what I want you guys to do is I want you to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. And I also want you guys to make sure you've subscribed. Feel free to tell a friend about this, but I want to grow these things. Let's make Whiteboard Wednesday an amazing, amazing high profit for everybody series on my YouTube channel. All you got to do is hit that like button and make sure you guys are subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.